hop on the mat and let's begin another quick full body practice. The toughest part is already done. You are on your mat, so you have accomplished most of it, and let's make the best use of the time. Focus on your form and your breathing. Don't have to look any particular shape when you're in a particular asana. Also modify the vinyasa, make suitable adjustments for your body today. And if you need to use any prop during the practice, have that close by. And whenever you're ready, let's begin on the mat. Please do consider subscribing to the channel and let's roll. Meet me at the front of the mat. Make sure that your feet are hip distance apart. Engage your lower abs, tuck your tailbone, bring your palms to your chest. Take a deep in breath, out breath, sweep your arms up towards the sky, bring your gaze towards your palms. Fold forward, halfway lift, bring your palms down onto the mat if that's accessible to you, or bring your palms to the top on the tops of your shin. Open your sit bones up towards the sky. You should feel a nice stretch and opening in your hamstring. Work your shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen the back of your neck. Step back into plank and hold your plank for one full cycle of breath. Flow into your chaturanga. Come into upward facing dog or cobra. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Turn your palms slightly inwards. Float your right leg, three-legged dog. Lengthen and grow out of your lat muscles. Don't sink into your shoulders. Next, out breath. Bend your elbows. Bring the top of your head towards the mat and push back up for 3, 2, 1. Bend at your knee and stack your hips. Make sure that your shoulders are still square to the mat. Come back, square your hips and float back into your plank. Flow through chaturanga, upward facing dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Float your left leg, grow out of your shoulders. Turn your palms slightly inwards. 3 push-ups. 3, 2, last one. Bring your palms back to neutral. Bend at your left knee. Stack your hips. Keep your shoulders square to the mat. Bring your hips squared back to the mat. Flow into your plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Float your heels. Bring your gaze towards your palms. Bend at your knees. You can either hop or walk to your palms. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Next breath, sweep your arms up. Optional to float your heels. Bring your gaze up towards the sky. Open your chest. Cactus your arms. Keep your heels floating. Extend your arms. Heels come down onto the mat. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Palm the mat. Step or hop back into plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Turn your palms slightly inwards. Float your right leg, grow out of your shoulder. 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Bring your right knee into your chest, tiger crunch. Right foot in between your palms. Come into runner's lunge. Reach your heels towards the back wall. You should feel that stretch and opening. Bring your back knee down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Arms come alongside your ears. Cactus your arms. Open your chest up towards the sky. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Extend your arms. Shift your hips back. Extend your right leg, flex your right foot and fold forward into half splits. Shift forward, arms come alongside your ears, open your chest up towards the sky, cactusing your arms, extend your arms, shift back, fold forward into half splits. Shift forward, arms alongside your ears, chest opener, extend your arms, shift back, half splits. Come back into low lunge, tuck your back toes and bring your right palm on the inside of your right foot, coming into lizard. You can stay up on your palms or you can bring your forearms down onto the mat. Keep reaching through your back heel. Shoulders are moving away from your ears. Bring your back knee down, come back onto your palms, bend your back leg, grab hold of your back foot, sink your left hip down towards the mat and pull your back heel towards your glutes for a quad stretch. Release your back foot, square your hips, frame your front foot, step back into plank, flow through chaturanga, upward facing dog, lift your hips, downward facing dog, float your heels, gaze towards your palms, bend at your knees, hop or walk to your palms, halfway lift and fold forward. Sweep your arms, come all the way up to Tadasana. Next, in breath, float your heels, sweep your arms up towards the sky, bend at your elbows, open your chest. Keep floating your heels, extend your arms, fold forward, halfway lift, palm the mat, hop or step back plank, flow through chaturanga, upward facing dog, lift your hips, downward facing dog, turn your palms slightly inwards, float your left leg, three-legged dog, grow out of your lat muscles. 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Bring your palms back to neutral. Left knee to your chest, tiger crunch. Left foot comes in between your palms. Extend your back heel towards the back wall. Feel the stretch, hold. Bring your back knee down onto the mat, untuck your back toes. Bring your arms alongside your ears, cactus your arms, open your chest up towards the sky, squeeze your inner thighs. Extend your arms, shift your hips back, extend your left leg, flex your left foot, half splits. Back into your low lunge, open your chest up towards the sky, extend your arms, shift back and come into your half splits. One more time, to low lunge, open your chest up towards the sky, extend your arms, shift back, come into low your half splits. Shift back, bring both your palms on the inside of your left foot, lift your back knee, hold your lizard, keep squeezing your inner thighs. Bring your forearms down onto the mat for a deeper lizard lunge. Come back up on your palms, back knee down, bend your back leg. Grab your back foot with your left hand, sink your right hip down towards the mat for a quad stretch. Keep pulling your right heel towards your glutes. Release your back leg, step back plank, flow through chaturanga, upward facing dog, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Float your heels, bend at your knees, travel to the front of the mat, halfway lift, fold forward, come all the way up to Tadasana. Sweep your arms up, float your heels. Cactus your arms, open your chest up towards the sky, back bend. Extend your arms, fold forward, halfway lift, palm the mat. Step or hop back, through plank, flow through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Turn your palms inwards, float your right leg. Point your right foot, grow tall and out of your shoulders. 3 push-ups. 3, 2, last one. Bring your right knee to chest, tiger crunch. Make sure that your right palm comes directly underneath your right shoulders. Open up into a side plank. Extend your right leg. Bring your pinky toe down onto the mat. Open up, fallen triangle. Bring both your sit bones down on the mat. Your legs are open in 90 degrees. Arms come alongside your ears. Square your chest towards your back leg and fold onto your back leg. Hold and feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Try to square your chest and your shoulders down towards the mat. Lift back up, palm the mat in behind you. Bring your right knee back into your chest, tiger crunch. Step back, downward facing dog. Float your left leg. Turn your palm slightly inwards. Grow out of your shoulders and 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Left knee to chest. Left palm directly underneath the left shoulder. Open up side plank. Extend your left leg. Left pinky down onto the mat. Open your hips up towards the sky. Release. Sit bones come down onto the mat. Legs are open in 90 degree. Bring your hands alongside your ears. Square your chest towards your back leg. Keep your foot flexed and fold forward. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Release. Palm the mat behind you. Bring your left knee back into chest. Step back, downward facing dog. Float your heels. Bend at your knees. Hop. Come into your forward fold. Lift all the way up to Tadasana. Sweep your arms up, float your heels. Open your chest up towards the sky. Cactus your arms. Extend your arms, fold forward. Halfway lift, palm the mat. Step or hop back. Plank, flow through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Turn your palms slightly inwards. Float your right leg. Grow out of your shoulders. 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Palms back to neutral. Bring your right knee to chest. Tiger crunch. Plant your right foot in between your palms. Plant your left foot down at an angle of 45 degrees. Make sure that your feet are on parallel track. Squeeze your inner thighs. Come up, warrior 1. Hold. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Your weight should be on the knife edge side of your back foot. Lean forward. Float your arms back. Lightning lunge. Turn towards the longest side of your mat. Open your feet out so your toes are pointing towards the short edges of the mat. Sink into your goddess. Sink your hips as far down as possible. Keep opening your knees towards the back of the mat. Bring your hands behind your head and crunch. Take side body crunches. Lean towards your left, back to center, right, back to center. For 5. Keep sinking your hips down. 4. You can add a challenge by extending your top hand every time you take the side body crunch. Come back to neutral. Arms alongside your ears. Face the back edge of the mat. Rotate onto the toes of your back foot. Come into a high crescent lunge. Open your arms out in a T and take a twist. Deepen your twist by bringing your left hand on the outside of your right foot. You can bring your gaze up towards the sky. Release. Arms alongside your ears. Kick out of your back foot. Point your back foot and hinge from your hips. Float into warrior 3 and hold. 4, 3, 2 and 1. Back foot down onto the mat. Right hand on the inside of your left foot. Take an easy twist. Square your chest to the mat. Extend your left hand alongside your ears and bring your back knee to your right elbow. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. Frame your front foot. Step back into plank. Flow through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Float your heels. Bend your knees and travel to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Float your heels, sweep your arms up. Open your chest up towards the sky, cactusing your arms. Extend your hands, fold forward. Halfway lift, palm the mat. Step or hop back plank, flow through chaturanga, upward facing dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Turn your palms inwards, float your left leg, pointing your foot. Grow out of your shoulders and 3 push-ups. 3, 2 and 1. Bring your palms to neutral. Left knee to chest, come into a tiger crunch. Bring your left foot in between your palms. Back foot down on the mat at an angle of 45 degrees. And make sure that your feet are on parallel track. Squeeze your inner thighs and up to warrior 1. Hold. Lean forward. Lightning lunge. Turn your back toes out. Come back into your goddess. Sink your hips down. This time we'll work into our calf muscles. Lift your right heel down, left heel down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And for a challenge, float both your heels and sink your hips down. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Release. Face the front of the mat. Come into a high crescent lunge. Open your arms out in a T. Twist towards your bent leg. And you can deepen your twist by bringing your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. Release. Bring your hands alongside your ears. Kick out of your back leg and hinge from your hips into a warrior 3 and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left palm on the inside of your right foot. Easy twist. Square your chest to the mat. Extend your right hand alongside your ears. Bring your back knee to tap your left elbow for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Square, frame the front foot, step back plank, flow through chaturanga, upward facing dog, lift your hips, downward facing dog, float your heels, bend at your knees, jump to the front of the mat, halfway lift and fold. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Float your heels, sweep your arms, open your chest up towards the sky, extend your arms, fold forward, lift, halfway lift, palm the mat, travel to the back of the mat into a plank, flow through your chaturanga, upward facing dog, lift your hips, come into a downward facing dog, turn your palms slightly inwards and float your right leg, 3 push-ups, 3, 2, 1, bring your palms back to neutral, bring your right knee towards your right elbow, make sure that your right palm sits directly underneath your right shoulder, open up into a side plank, extend your right leg, bend back, bend your right leg back, come into a gate. Your right shin is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Bring your left palm on your left thigh and take a lateral side body stretch. Palm the mat, bring your chest to square the mat, pull your right knee into chest and flip your dog. Bring your right foot on the outside of your left hip, open your chest up towards the sky. Release, bring your right foot in line with your left palm, come into a high crescent lunge, bring your back foot down, shift your hips towards your back heel, come all the way down into Skandasana. You can flex your right foot, bring your right foot down on the mat, shift your Skandasana towards the front of the mat. Bring your back foot down, right hand comes in line with your right foot, open up into a side angle, top arm in line with your ears. Extend your right leg, triangle. Come up into warrior 2. Bring your right palm slightly few inches in front of your right foot. You can use your block here underneath your hand. Lift, float your back leg. Stack your hips and transition into half moon. Bend your top leg, square your chest to the front of the mat and try to come up into your one-legged Tadasana with left knee into your chest. Arms out in a T, wrap your left leg around your right, bring your left hand to bind underneath your right, come into eagles. Release your eagle, back to one-legged Tadasana. Grab your left foot on the knife edge side with your right hand. Extend your left leg, take a twist. Release to Tadasana. Float your arms, you can float your heels, open your chest up towards the sky, extend your arms, fold forward, halfway lift, move your block if it's right in front of your face, float back, plank, chaturanga, upward dog. Turn your palm slightly inwards, and your last three-legged dog push up. Float your left leg, and 3, 2, last one. Bring your left knee to chest, left palm underneath your left shoulder. Open up into side plank. Float your left leg, hold. Back to tiger crunch. Flip your dog. Bring your left foot on the outside of your right hip. Open your chest up towards the sky. Come up. Bring your left foot in line with your right palm. Come into a high crescent lunge. Open your arms out in a T. Bring your back foot down. Shift your hips towards your back heel. Extend your left leg, Skandasana. Hold. Bring your front foot on the mat. Shift your Skandasana to the front of the mat. Hold. Bring your back foot down. Left hand comes in line with your left heel, left foot, side angle. Extend your left leg. Transition into a triangle. Come up, warrior 2. Bring your left palm a few inches in front of your left foot. Use a block if needed. Float your back leg. Bring your right knee to chest. Come up into one-legged Tadasana. Wrap your right leg around your left either once or twice. Open your arms out in a T. Wrap your right hand underneath your left. Hold your eagle. Release. Back to one-legged Tadasana. Grab hold of the knife edge side of your left foot. Extend your left leg. Take a twist. Release your twist. Come back to Tadasana. Move your block. Float through your Chaturanga and come all the way down onto the mat. Halfway lift. And bring your sit bones down on the mat. Back comes down. We'll take a last back bend and end the practice. Bring your palms on the outside of your ears. Bring your heels down. Weight in your heels and lift your hips up. Push all the way up if you're going into your full wheel. Hold. Come back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll from side to side. Release your back. Bring your heels down and let's end the practice here. Whew. I hope you had fun with that fiery full body practice. Please do subscribe to the channel and I'll see you on the mat next time.